This is a quick recap of the process I use to turn timber into charcoal. Starting with scrap firewood from the sawmill, I slice it into thin flakes in my homemade slicing machine. Thin flakes dry quickly, and dry wood cooks hotter with much less smoke. I load the flakes into mesh-sided wagons so the air can move through them. The wagons run on my homemade field railway, which means I can push them around without needing another engine. They go into this drying tunnel for a couple of months where the wind can blow through them easily. I need to make it much bigger. The wagon loads are used in turn, and the driest batch is rolled into position over the bunker. Trapdoors are released so the timber can fall out. In this case, these are chunks of timber made from brushwood, but the principle is the same, making use of timber that otherwise would be left to rot. The wagon can go back down for a refill. Next, the dry timber is put into a homemade cone kiln. This allows only the top layer to burn. The layers underneath cook into charcoal because it's so hot, but they don't burn because the oxygen can't get to them. This is why it's important to add the new fuel in layers at the right time. When the kiln is full, I quench it with water. This produces steam, which splits the charcoal microscopically, forming tiny fissures in the structure. This process is called activating the charcoal. So now I have a kiln full of activated charcoal.
It's really good.
Which could be dried out and burned in a barbecue, but instead we grind it down to a suitable size for a soil additive. Lovely job. I use a different attachment to my slicing machine. It is powered by a vintage stationary engine via an 8-foot tall homemade flywheel to reduce the speed of the stroke. Once it's been ground up, or ground down, whatever, the charcoal now needs to be inoculated, that is, living microbes added from a large vat of compost tea. The microbes move into the tiny fissures in the charcoal along with water and air, This will create a habitat and reservoir of microorganisms which will multiply and spread out into the surrounding soil. These will become the nutrients that plants, fungi and larger soil organisms need to thrive. Next, I put it into breathable sandbags. This is now a live product and shouldn't dry out. You shouldn't eat it either, just saying. As well as providing a bank of nutrients, horticultural charcoal greatly slows down leaching when it rains, so less fertilizer or compost is needed, and makes the soil more resilient to drought and flood. The granules help break up heavy soils and they raise the pH too. That's why particle size is important. You don't want too much fine dust in there. The enriched soil warms up faster too because it is darker. So adding activated, inoculated charcoal quickly improves your soil, both structurally and biologically, which is what any gardener or grower needs. And unlike compost or artificial fertilizers, this charcoal doesn't degrade over a few years. It will still be there in 1,000 years' time, at least. So, we've turned waste timber into a permanent soil improver and captured carbon too. And now, it's time to grow lots of lovely vegetables in it. You can order it direct from me now. I'll put a link in the description.